Great to be with you this morning. Here's what I want to do. I want to talk to you about crafting a culture that will get you uncommon results. I want to talk to you about being remarkable. What does that mean? Now, remarkable means that you provide a service or a product and you do it in such a way that you exceed all expectations. You literally blow people away. You provide the kind of service that is personal and makes a difference in someone's life. In some small way, you make their story just a little bit better. You provide world-class experience. And you do so to such a degree that when people leave your presence, they leave with this irrepressible desire to talk about you. And when other people are talking about you and they're telling the story of the difference that you've made in their lives, then you indeed have become remarkable because they are remarking about you. And remarkable means this, that you leave a positive, indelible impression upon other people's lives. That's what remarkable means. So today, I want to spend some time talking to you about crafting a remarkable culture. But it's not as hard as you may think. It's actually quite simple. As a matter of fact, we say it like this. If you want remarkable results, there are really only two things that you have to do. Now, if you do these two things well, then everything else is easy. But if you miss it on these 2 points, trust me when I tell you that everything else you do will be exceedingly hard. And here are the two things that you have to do. The first thing is you have to hire remarkable people. The only way you're going to build a remarkable team is to fill it with remarkable people. Now, by show of hands, from the bottom of your heart, how many of you truly believe that your people are the greatest asset that you've got? Let me see your hands. Fantastic. Almost every hand in the room just went up. And every single one of you would be wrong. See if you would agree with this. Your people are not your greatest asset. The right people are your greatest asset. The wrong people are your greatest liability. Now, would you agree with that? Okay. And so it's not just a matter of getting people there, it's a matter of getting the right people there. And how many of you think sometimes it's hard to find the right people? It is, isn't it? It's becoming more and more challenging to make sure that the individuals that you bring on the team, their values align with the values of the organization. Now, if this is an area where you struggle, I can help you with this. But the problem is I can't do it today because that's a keynote for another engagement. That's what you call setting the stage to get invited back. See how I did that? That's pretty cool, huh? But before I ever get invited back, I've got to deliver today. So today what I want to talk to you about is not recruiting and hiring remarkable people. Today what I want to talk to you is the second element, and that's crafting a remarkable culture. And I want to hone in on this idea of culture today and help you understand simple practices and principles that you can put into place to craft a remarkable culture. Because here's the reality. If you hire remarkable people, but you put them in a less than remarkable culture, what's going to happen? Yeah, they're going to get frustrated, aren't they? You would hope that they would elevate the game, but the problem is that if they can't move the marker very quickly, they may become frustrated and leave. On the other hand, if you hire less than remarkable people and you put them in a remarkable culture, you would hope that the culture would pull them to a higher level, but we all know that sometimes if a person has the wrong disposition or an attitude, they can bring everybody down. So you've got to hire remarkable people, you have to craft a remarkable culture. They go hand in hand, they're simultaneous, they play off of each other, they're symbiotic. That's what you have to do to get remarkable results. When I was a lad, just a young boy, adults would come up to me occasionally and ask me that question that adults are fond of asking kids. They would say, what do you want to be when you grow up? When you were a kid, you were probably asked that, or maybe you've even asked children that yourself. But when I was young, when someone would come up and ask me that, man, my eyes would light up. My heart would race. It would skip a beat because I knew exactly at the ripe age of 5 what I wanted to be when I grew up. Now, some kids, they want to grow up and they want to be a doctor or a dentist, right? Some want to be a fireman. In my generation, an astronaut was a big one. And you always have a few kids who want to be the president, but none of those would suffice for me. That just didn't enthuse or excite me. Because when I was a kid, I knew that when I grew up, I was going to be Batman.